Hello, BCII has been better over the past few days. I'm having a good time again and things are looking up. Also, today, I'm really emotional for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why, but the thought of my tomato plants potentially dying while I go home for Christmas made me want to cry. So the tomato situation has now been fixed, and I'm gonna take them with me when I go home. And once again, the thought of my tomato plants joining me for Christmas and the thought of my tomato plants living to see another day made me want to cry with happiness. I don't know where this crying is coming from. I don't know why I'm getting so easily overwhelmed. Maybe I've just had a long few days. Maybe that's it. That's probably it. Oh, hello, cat. Hello. So my suburb, as I found out last week, has some Christmas markets every year around this time where they sort of shut off the main street and just have stalls and stuff. So I went and checked that out today. Just then, and I would have liked to stay longer, but it was all kind of in direct sunlight and I was getting a little overheated and a little exhausted. So I just had a look around and I bought this really cool octopus mug thing for my mum for Christmas, and now I'm gonna maybe stop procrastinating my assessment that's due tomorrow. That would be probably a good thing to do. Okay, so I've just realized that I now have a gift. However, I don't have a tree here, but I have rummaged around in the garage and found a bunch of really old Christmas decorations. So let's see if I can do something festive to one of these houseplants. Cat! What the fuck? You little shit! Oh, I have to leave. Like now. You're so annoying. You have no remorse. Okay, so, hello. So the last 24 hours have been some of the most surreal of my life. So basically I have like 5 backup plans for if I forget my keys. And every single one of them fell through yesterday, which meant that after spending all day at uni, finishing an assignment, I was basically locked out and I didn't realize until like 10 p.m. So just before the last clip, I had been waiting at Chatswood for about half an hour, like buying a toothbrush and just sort of sitting on the phone to my friend who came and picked me up. So I got to her place at 12-ish. 12:30, stayed up until 2 a.m, got a rough 4 hours of sleep. Like, it was 4 hours of sleep, but I woke up several times during that 4 hours of sleep. Got up at 6 a.m, caught the train and got to uni at 8:30 a.m. to practice a presentation and present this presentation. Following this, my mum had organised with my grandma to come and unlock the house with my grandma's spare keys and try and find my keys, which I thought I had left at my house. And then mum was going to drop them to me while I was in Central because she had to be there anyway. What happened was, on top of everything going wrong the night before, more things went wrong today in that mum couldn't find my keys here and also the cat got out. So, cat is now back, safe and sound. She was rounded up pretty quickly, and I met up with my mum to get a set of spare keys. In the meantime, or in between that, I actually had a really good day. And on the way home, I reached into my bag to grab my headphones while I was waiting for the train. And guess what I fucking pulled out instead? My fucking keys were in my bag the entire fucking time. I'm in such disbelief. How is this real? How has the past 24 hours been real? I'm so tired. I'm so delirious. Hello. So I went to see Old Jay last night, and I was really looking forward to it for a long time. And not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed just because when you go to see live music or a live event, you kind of have this expectation that it's going to be a performance, like not just their music, but a little extra, something unique to a live event. And I don't know, it was just kind of okay. There were a lot of timing and tuning issues in the middle there. And I think that might have been partly due to some issues with their in-ears, because I know that the support act had a few issues with them, but it might not have been entirely that either. I'm not sure. So that kind of took me out of the experience a little. It was just some slightly out of tune, slightly out of time in parts, versions of their songs with like a few comments to the crowd and a great lighting display. On the other hand, I have just finished my final assessment for university for 2017. I'm done. I have officially finished 1 year of university. Hello, the cat is leaving today, and not just leaving here, but my friend who owns her has to rehome her, due to various things, unfortunately, and that was, like, such a, like, snap decision, or not a snap decision because it's been contemplated for a while, but it was decided overall quite suddenly, so I haven't had a lot of time to, like, process it. It's hitting me harder than I thought it would. Because I didn't realize how attached I've become to this cat, and it's hurting me. It's hurting to see her go somewhere else. Yeah. Oh, what are we playing first? Sorry. Hello, so thing number one, I'm at my parents' house for the week for Christmas. And thing number two, I am feeling significantly better. If you listen carefully, you may or may not be able to hear a soft screeching in the background. That is because, hold on, let me just... That is because apparently this year there are a fuck ton of cicadas who don't like the concept of quiet. They just want to scream 24/7. Oh wow, also, you may or may not be able to tell how fucking humid it is out here, because the camera lens is literally, it's fogging up. Hello, so, Christmas Eve. Today has been a day. So I have spent most of today from about 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the hospital, in the hospital waiting room, because my grandpa fainted while he and my grandma were at church this morning, and we were worried that it might be a heart problem. Turns out it was just mostly heat exhaustion because he decided to wear a winter coat, woolen pants and a tie to church, even though it was 40 degrees Celsius today. It's been a long day. It's been a stressful day. I have not eaten all day. Just got home. However, my tomato plants have produced their first tomatoes today, and I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy. bye.